Thank you guys for making it out, and I know the parking was crazy, and thank you for your patience on that too. I just wanted to mention that, I don't know, I was telling my friends, I go, I think I'm going to just try to cry it all out all week, dehydrate my face, so come Saturday, nothing left, you know what I mean? It'd be just as dry as can be, but it's been a tough last month struggle, and it's been a big 180 turn in my particular life, of course. But I just wanted to say thank you guys for showing, and for everyone who put on today. A little applause for the catering. I think it was great food. Have you tried banana muffins? That's a question.
Yes.
Muffins. I mean muffins. Whatever. But you don't make me cry this early area. RaCHaeL'S favorite food that I would make would be the banana muffins with. Can I do it? Banana muffins with the chocolate chips. So, why did you do that? You guys sound so good. Not the muffins. But Rana has it was one of the last things that she had that I made. I made her guacamole. That has a lot of flavored muffins because she was having a hard time with her taste buds and getting her taste back. And so, yeah, the muffins were the last thing. She's trying to make cry really already. I don't know what she's trying to do. But I'll give the microphone to Rana. She has some words for you guys, and thanks again. Power! If you guys want to come down this direction, there's a lot of openings over here if you guys want to come in or not. But, Rana, I love the orange part.
Hi everyone, thanks for coming. My mom couldn't be here today. My stepfather's sick, so he had to go to the hospital. So it's Rod and I representing her immediate family today. Orange was my sister's favorite color, if people didn't know. As much as she loved unicorns, she loved orange. So I was wearing it for her. I tried to write something really eloquent to say, but I found myself crying every time I tried to write something down. So I just kind of wrote a few things to remind me of things, and we'll see what happens and how much I can get through. So on October 25th, 1977, I became a big sister. And I remember how excited I was. I got to go to the hospital, and I was too little to go in to see her, so they put her up on the TV screen for me, and I can still remember the blanket that was covering her. And I just started calling her my little pumpkin because she was born 6 days before Halloween, so that could be why orange translated to her favorite color. I don't know, but she always had problems when she was little. She had a really upset stomach, so I didn't get to play with her as much as I wanted to, like the doll that I wanted. But every Saturday morning, I would go into my parents' room where her crib was, and I would bump it until she would wake up in her crib. And as soon as she was awake, then I was allowed to get her out. And so I would always take her out with me to watch Saturday morning cartoons on the couch. And I remember one time she was wet, so I decided to be the good big sister, and I was changing her diaper. And all of a sudden, I felt this warm sensation on my hand. And for the people that know me and know what a germaphobe I am, you can imagine how that was for me. But it didn't stop me from going to constantly try and wake her up and spend whatever time I could with just her when she was a baby. And I started looking out for her when she was really little, well, before she was born actually, because my mom wanted to name her something biblical. And she was down to Sarah or Rachel. And I was okay with either until she told me that Sarah was going to be Sarah Jane. Now, if anybody here is named Sarah Jane, I'm sorry, but my mom always said just those two words with the biggest, thickest accent ever. And I just couldn't imagine the rest of my life having to say Sarah Jane, Sarah Jane. So I vetoed Sarah Jane, and that's why we had a Rachel. When she was little, Rachel got in trouble a lot. She was really feisty, and my mom would use, for people that are my age, a lot of times for paddles. Do you remember those balls with the paddle that you would play with? Well, they would rip off the ball and use it as a paddle. And one time, my mom was in, and she was changing my sister's sheets. And she reached under to tuck the sheets in, and she found about 6 or 7 paddles in her bag that my sister had, so that she couldn't get a spanking. And we weren't very close in, I'd say, from when she was about 5 to about 14, she made it her life's mission to try and get me in trouble. My mom told me it was because she wanted to spend time with me, but it didn't really feel like that unless spending time was getting me put on restriction, and then we were spending time together. But I worked at Disneyland in the meantime, and so she got to at least get signed into Disneyland all the time, and some of my Disney peeps are here from back then. And when she was later in high school, we got a lot closer, and we started to have more in common that you just can't have when you're 8.5 years apart. And she used to come and stay in my room, or we would stay up all night and play Bubble Bobble. And I grew up on sitcoms, so it was a lot more of the relationship I had always thought I would have with a sister, but I didn't get it like I wanted to when she was little. We had a lot of things in common, and this has been parts that are hard for me, and I know I have plenty of friends that I can say these things to and they'll get it, but like if anybody mentioned the word like a favorite color or something, my sister or I would both say, our colors are blush and bashful. And we would just start quoting from Steel Magnolias because it was one of our favorites and one of the best movies to quote in the entire world. We both loved Seinfeld, we loved Golden Girls, we loved Cheers, the Diane version. My mom said that she doesn't think one of her favorite things was she and my sister always watched Thoroughly Modern Millie together. And my mom was saying the other day she doesn't think she could ever watch it again. And the weird part is I don't think I've ever seen Thoroughly Modern Millie, so I guess I won't be watching it with my mom now, but it's just too much for her. But my sister just loved movies and stuff. She loves Star Wars. One of my friends that's here, when The Phantom Menace came out, we got tickets for the midnight showing, and we all went together, and we waited, and it was like being at a football game because everybody was so excited for the movie to come out. You had people say, I say Star, you say Wars, and everybody was really into it, so it was a really, really fun experience. Lately, over the past few years, she was really into Bridgerton too. And my sister was really outgoing, and when my grandma passed away, I can't think of anybody else who would have done it with me, but my grandma was a big Phoenix Suns fan, and she hated Shaq so much. And so, to torture my grandma, we used to always sing, was it the Aaron Carter, How I Beat Shaq song? So my sister got up with me at my grandma's funeral and we sang How I Beat Shaq to my grandma. So it was just a really special memory, and you know, that's one of the things that's been hard right now. I didn't get to see my sister a lot because she's been so sick for such a long time. And so I keep trying to think of memories that I have with my sister. And it's hard to come up with them sometimes because so much of the past 12 or 13 years has been so hard. I can't remember the fun things we did because we couldn't do fun things for a long time. She was, mostly stuck in the house. She couldn't drive out to see us. We couldn't always do holidays together because we had to worry if somebody was sick and they couldn't be around her and that kind of thing. So it's, when I was trying to write this, I kept trying to think, what memories could I share of the past few years? And we had some good conversations and stuff, but I can't remember the last time we did something fun because I forgot to notate it because I didn't know it would be the last time we did something fun. And it's had me thinking a lot about the last times you do things and you don't realize they're the last time. Not because of death even, just like I was a nanny for a long time. To Mikey and Mallory, they're two of my favorite people ever. Their parents are here and they were super kind enough to let me be a part of their kids' lives, their whole lives. And I knew there was the last day that I was able to lift Mikey and Mallory up in my arms, but I didn't know that was the last day because it's something you did all the time, and you just don't realize when you do something that that's the last time you may ever do it. And we talked to my sister the night before she passed, and she was sick, but it was just a call like any other call, We always had a thing, and Rod started to do it with me a lot now whenever we would get off the phone as a better way. So there was, sometimes when we're on the phone, getting off the phone is awkward. You say bye, and the other person says bye, and you wait for the other person to hear. Exactly. So my sister started, and I started with my grandma a long time ago, that whenever we were ready to get off the phone, whoever could shut out biggest instead of I love you biggest, you win. And so I've always done that with my sister, and so we still had that night. And then the next day, Rod called us to tell us that she had passed. And it was just, I know people lose people all the time, and you don't always get to say goodbye. It was just weird knowing that there was no indication that last night was the last night I was doing that. So it's just been really hard, and I'm trying to, and when I do something, think about it more, appreciate that whatever it is I'm doing, it might be the last time I'm doing it, or the last time I see somebody, and I try and remember to tell my friends I love them. Thank you. And my sister, she had a big following after her anorexia really got started, and they had the GoFundMe, and a lot of people started following her, and it was so hard to see her in the body she was in at the time. I love her no matter what. She's my sister, but it was so hard sometimes to look and see what the disease was doing to her body. And at least with her, you're fortunate enough that you could see what was happening to her. I know a lot of people that have mental illness struggles and stuff, we just can't see what's happening to them. And so it helps me appreciate that, and just the fact that you never know what somebody is going through. And she really loved being an inspiration to people and sharing their struggles with them and praying with them. And the one thing that's made this easier isn't the word, because it's not easy. I at least know that I have my faith. I know my sister believed in Jesus, and I know that means that I'll see her in heaven again someday. And I just don't know what it's like for people to live without that, because I don't know where I would be right now if I didn't know that I would see my sister again. Because I've been trying to be a screenwriter for a long time, and I'm all about the rom-com and the happily ever after. And I just kind of thought one day that my sister would get that down here, and she had a great life with Rod, but I just wanted her body to get better. and I wanted her to be able to do things again and to make memories with her, so I wouldn't be sitting here thinking, when was the last one thing I did with my sister? So I hope everybody here has that, you and your family, and you know what's going to happen when you die, because my dad doesn't have that, and my dad is struggling very hard right now. He's not here today. He doesn't believe in the celebration of life because he can't look past that her life is just over. And I'm praying for him. That's the saddest thing to me, to think that somebody can't look back and appreciate somebody's life because it's too hard. And I know not everybody believes it, and everybody has to find their way to it, but I'm very, very glad that I know that about my sister, and I can have that security that those last times were the last time, even though they still feel like it sometimes right now. So I think that's all I'm going to say right now. We're going to have everybody do a little sing-along of one of RaCHaeL'S first sitcoms, our favorite sitcoms, before we get going to the next thing. A lot of people will know it, and those people will sing out really loud for me. John, I'm looking at you. And I'm not going to sing it into the microwave, but the words will be up on the screen.
Taking a break from all your worries, showing how the lies. Wouldn't you like to get away? Sometimes you want to go where everybody knows your name, and you're always at your game. You want to be where you want to be, you're not all the same. You wanna be where everybody knows your name. You wanna go where you wanna. People are all the same. You wanna go where everybody knows your name.
She would have liked that. Kristen and Janine, where are you at? Kristen and Janine are going to sing a song for RaCHaeL. They're long time family friends. Janine and RaCHaeL were in the crib together, and Kristen is her older sister. So they're going to sing the song, and I made them do this really last minute. So.
Packing up the dreams God's planted in the fertile soil of you. I can't believe the hopes He's granted means a chapter in your life is through. But we'll keep you close as always. It won't even seem you've gone, 'cause our hearts in big and small ways will keep this love that keeps us strong. Friends forever, if the Lord's the Lord of them. And a friend will not say never, 'cause the welcome will not end. Though it's hard to let you go, in the Father's hands we know that a lifetime's not too long to live as friends. springing from the hope we know. We will pray the joy you live in is the strength that now you show. But we'll keep you close as always. It won't even seem you've gone, 'cause our hearts in big and small ways will keep the love that keeps us strong. And friends of friends forever, if the Lord's the Lord of them. And a friend will not say never, 'cause the welcome will not end. Though it's hard to let you go, in the Father's hands we know that a lifetime's not too long to live as friends. And friends of friends forever, if the Lord's the Lord of them. And a friend will not say never, 'cause the welcome will not end. Though it's hard to let you go, in the Father's hands we know that a lifetime's not too long to live as friends. No, a lifetime's not too long to live as friends. Love you.
Dear Ray, I never thought I'd be writing you this letter. When I look back on my childhood, you are most of my memories, from the crib to Sunshine Girls, to eating Happy Meals, to playing Barbies, watching favorite TV shows like Pee-wee's Playhouse and Garfield and Friends, as well as some of our favorite movies like Anna Green Gables series and The Princess Bride, repeating lines like, "No more rhymes, I mean it. Anybody want a peanut?" Stay up all the time. We would get excited when my dad would bring us to breakfast at Duke's on Saturdays as we'd eat our favorite apple jelly on our toast. We loved coming to my house for sleepovers, especially to eat Lucky Charms cereal, as well as sneak into my brother's room when he wasn't there to play on his Atari, then later, Nintendo. When we were little, we talked about how when we grew up, that we would live next door to each other, raising our kids to be best friends like us. We were good students, so we would get to skip school and go to Disneyland once or twice a year. We even tutored younger kids together. You were a mathematical genius, studying math every summer. We both loved to swim and race to see who could touch the bottom of the drain first at Lowe's Cab. You remember when I saved your life from the other swimmer in the pool? You had a scar for years on your arm from my nails grabbing you out of the way. When we were preteens and teens, we would have our summers at Wild Rivers and hangouts in Mrs. Van Tile's pool. Some of us still remember how your bikini tops liked to break at Wild Rivers, huh? As we got older, we switched to watching Saturday Night Live and comedies. Acting out those famous lines with my sister, I can still hear you say, "Want to touch the hiney?" You loved having fun and being silly. You loved playing sports. You love the color pink and I love the color red. I love dolphins and you love sharks, but we both love watching the movie Grease. Since your teens, you love rap, karaoke, and Spider-Man. In your older teens and young adult years, you would always come over for Thanksgiving and Christmas. Remember when my mom ran out of her homemade pasta sauce, so she mixed in a Mexican can of sauce? You and your boyfriend at the time said it came out later like Hiroshima bombs in the toilet. You practically lived at my house. We loved the movie Beaches. But who knew later when we became adults that our lives would be like the main characters? Unfortunately, like in the movie Beaches, we didn't talk very much for almost a 10-year period because of our differences. It was hard when your birthday date would come up and we could celebrate it together. It was even harder seeing you very sick when we reconnected 12 years ago. Though we still had our differences, you were and still are family. When I went to do your family tree a couple years ago, I found out that we were 6 cousins. I found out that you were descended of freed slaves, and I said, I knew you were black. Without skipping a beat, she said, I knew we were related. There are so many stories that I could write, which could fill up a room. When you love someone right, you have a way of making them feel like they were the only one in the world. I'll miss being able to send you texts whenever I think of you, but this is not forever, and only a temporary time apart, just like it was for those 10 years. I know you are in heaven with our Lord Savior Jesus Christ, as well as some of our loved ones. In Revelations 21:4, God's holy word says, and God shall wipe away all tears from their eyes, and there shall be no more death, neither sorrow nor crying, neither shall there be any more pain, for the former things are passed away. We will be together again, and when we do, we will be closer than ever before. I love you forever, Ray. See you soon.
I was asked what type of stories I was going to tell or what situations I was going to bring up and everything. Going back to a couple weeks ago after our service, one thing I just want to bring up is that I was going to bring some of our flowers and go out to the little greenbelt area after our service on Sunday, just have a moment with me and the sunset, and then with Rachel there. And I hesitated and I said, you know what? Maybe I'll ask the community and see whoever wants to come, And I go, well, it's last minute, maybe like 10 people show. And I was trying to hold my composure that whole time too, but it just seemed like everyone come down the hill. There must have been over 60 people that came down and to share time with us and with me. And I just wanted to say thank you for everyone in the community that did could show. It meant a lot to me. And it offered some closure to a lot of people in the community. We used to go to the pool area, and I mentioned something about it there too. We would go to the pool. She always wanted to go, but she never really wanted to invite anybody. She always wanted just to talk to her as if she knew. And we would be in the jacuzzi, and I was seeing this coming out of the corner. And I'd see somebody that I'd never seen before. And I was like, I'm waiting for her to just light this person up. I'd be quiet and jacuzzi a lot just because I like to hear her. Hear her bother people, and she was always about the other person. Asking such important questions, and I'm like, how do you know so much about the topics that they're talking about their field, or whatever it is? And it was just amazing to feel the energy and empathy that she had towards people. And when I first met her, I've said to mention, you heard exactly what I mean. Yeah, just seeing our eyes locked, And she walks up to me and goes, I owe you a phone call. I wanted to take advantage of that free personal training session she got. Right? And so I closed around 3 sessions per week. And then we trained for a good 3 months or plus or whatever. And as soon as she went to 4 sessions per week, I thought there was something going on. She came up to me once and she goes, oh, I'm sorry, she came up and she was chewing gum. Ronnie probably knows how much she likes to chew gum. And I said, you know, you can't chew gum while you're working out because it's going to affect your cardio. Doesn't really do that. And so she gives me her gum, and I threw it in my mouth. And what's over there? And she was so confused. She went to work the next day, and she told everybody at work, is he flirting with me? She was like, yeah, you know. And I used to have, I'm going to do good so far? Yeah. I used to have trainers and other guys in the gym who wanted to get certifications whenever I would train her because they wanted to be a trainer so they can train the girls like I was training her. And I go, get certified to get into this field, you know. You know, it was just a very, very strong bond we had. And we, over the years, you know, she helped me out with so many different things. I can't think of any of my successes that she was involved with. She would do her research. She would put the ball on the tee. And be involved with a lot of just about everything, to be honest with you. She used to love to go to the Orange County Fair. And I'll tell you a quick story that Rhonda doesn't know this one, and how we got engaged. You know this one? No? So we're at the fair, and she don't like to go on the rides and stuff, but she liked to go in the little campers, where they have all the little, go shop around, go make your roundabouts, and they always try to, don't make eye contact with these people, because they're going to try to sell you something. Don't look at, you always see, don't look at. I ended up seeing these bracelets. And I was like, I'm not big on bracelets because that's usually like a girl thing, bracelets or whatever, you know. But I go, this is a badass bracelet though. Did you see this bracelet? And it's tungsten, and really like the weight of it. And this is the bracelet she got me. I walk out to there's more to the story, it's not just that. And I walk outside, and I go, okay, that's good to know. And I go, she goes, I'll be right back, I go back inside real quick. And so she comes back outside. She goes, turning. There was the most masculine thing that you could possibly ever do. She proposed to me with this bracelet. And I go, Rachel, you can't do that. You're not supposed to be the one to do that. So I said yes, because I really like the bracelet. No. I tell you, I got the bracelet. I did the most, whenever I got her the ring, I did the most untraditional thing to do. I said, you know what? I wanted to surprise her in a creative way. So I went the most uncreative way. I go, why don't we just go to the Robinson's Mango shop for you a ring? And so we just did that, and we just went in there. She got to pick out a ring. There was no surprise. So the surprise was the fact that there wasn't a surprise at all. It was my surprise. And so that was the angle I took. So when I turned 40, you shouldn't cry really, because I would have been totally cool when they cried really. So I turned 40, she says, and it was New Year's Eve, and she goes, what did you do for your birthday? it's big, we gotta go big. I go, we should call your friends and we can throw a big party. And I was like, in my mind, I was like, you wouldn't do that on the day of. Why would you have done it last week, you know? But I said, well, why don't we just go to Vegas and get married today? So she says, today? I go, yeah. How confusing is that? New Year's Eve and birthday and a wedding anniversary all the same day. I'll never forget. You know? And so we drive to Vegas. We get married. We try not to tell anybody. Did you find out? You didn't know that? Did you know? I think you didn't know. Did you? No. I said, my mom called right before I got married. I agreed not to say anything about getting married to anyone. And I couldn't even tell my mom, like 5 minutes before, she said, don't tell her. She would have called 9:35. Did anyone else do that? Moms, you know, would call like at the same time you were born. And sure enough, we got married about 9:40. And so we get a themed wedding is what we did. And I wore actually a shirt just like this. She used to really love the red chapter shirts I would have. And she bought me from Disneyland. Outside Disneyland. So, and it was a themed wedding, and it was a kind of like a tiny gangster wedding, but it was pretty funny. The guy looks at Rachel first and says, "Do you agree to making spaghetti every Wednesday? And if you don't make the spaghetti, he can throw you in the back of his trunk." It took me off guard, but I thought it was pretty funny. And then I was waiting. She never made me spaghetti on Wednesday, not once. She never did that. But we had a lot of ups and downs and a lot of memories. And during the course of the years, I would always try to Annie up on what I did for her birthday. And there's something I wanted to show you I did for her. If you haven't already follow us already, I tried to think ahead a little bit. I forgot your music. I can't believe I did that. I figured out the music part, but I want to show you guys something real quick. There's a couple of quick videos, and I'll get to a little bit of a slideshow. All right. This is what I did for her on her birthday.
Look at him. Rachel got a unicorn.
She loves unicorns, if you didn't notice about her.
That feels like a little better.
Look at that face. Look at that face.
Now let me then turn this on a little bit. Relax your legs and back to
He's rolling. There she is. Come on, Nugget!
That's amazing. He's just beautiful. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, sweet Rachel. Happy birthday to you. Come on, Johnny.
Thank you.
Go.
Oh man, it's been a rough time lately, but time for some happy moments.
Yes.
Thank you, babe. I'm gonna pay for this later with this chocolate, but it's so worth it.
Hey!
Yay!
a smaller version of the actual large cake since I only put, 8 candles on it. It's only candles I have left.
20.
Happy birthday.
Thank you, babe. Okay, I'm gonna cheat and have some chocolate. My Gia is gonna pay.
It was hard the years after to beat a unicorn. Not literally beat a unicorn, but beat the idea of having a unicorn. And I know that besides Michael Jackson, that she loved Usher. And I was like, we gotta figure out how to get her an Usher concert. When's her birthday? I have a time frame to figure this out, right? And before she couldn't leave the house, before she was bedbound, I was able to do this. Okay, so I got her Usher tickets, and I didn't realize, I'm not big about concerts and getting tickets, and she's a media deficient, so we agreed to wear a mask, by the way, and I didn't realize how bad these seats were. And if you see down the floor, that's the screen that everyone's supposed to look at, but we're at the side angle of where the screen is. She was so sweet and making the best of it, but I knew deep inside, she was like, you guys got bad tickets to this thing. And she was thinking also, I would have got so much better tickets if you would have just had me buy the tickets. As the time progressed, the aggravation was starting to set in. That's the screen right there that everyone's looking at, that he's leaning up against. I think he's kind of mocking me right now. But yeah, this is the screen. So what happened after, I tried to edit it down. This is actually 45 minutes of video that I cut it down for like 5 minutes. But after seeing her aggravation and her frustration, and she was just, when she gets upset, her stomach starts to hurt and she'll get nausea, and then she wants to go home at that point. So we're only about maybe 3 songs in, and this is like her #1 favorite performer ever. And so what happened after this is that I said, stay here, don't worry, I'm gonna fix this, okay? I get in fix-it mode. Is that anyone heard that? Really, you cannot have her moment. So I left, and I got her these tickets. Go closer. I went and talked to the main general manager. I go, who's your boss? Now, who's Mr. Pond? You know about the pond. And I said, is there anything that we can do with getting her better tickets? It's her birthday. I just made this face. There's one thing, probably all of you know what I'm talking about right now, but I said, under no circumstance, if you get invited, there's no freak-offs after the show. You're just going to go along with it. She was so sore after this event because she rarely could even stand at the time. And even the main manager says, if I get her to the pit, is that going to be too close? Is she going to be okay? I go, no, she'll be just fine. She'll be just fine. And everyone around us, it was just so funny seeing her light up. There was times that he was looking at her and she was just waving at him, and sometimes he would look at her, he saw me. I go, babe, calm yourself down now. I'm right here. You know? But it was really close. It was about here to that TV right there. And I was just so happy that I was able to pull it off. And fancy for marriage. How you doing? I had to share this. I had after, okay, here's the spot. This is where we were going to be setting. Once it pans this direction, right up this area here. That's us, right there. And we weren't even sitting next to anyone else. We were just us two, and it was really bad. I'm just so grateful that it worked out. And I do have another video to show you. It's more of the same. She just went crazy the whole time. Okay. I gotta show you another quick video, guys. Bear with me. You guys liking the video? Yeah? We good? Okay. So, Rachel said under no circumstance will you ever show this. You know something's coming up, huh? Do you guys know that Rachel used to be an actress? And she had a stint for about 2 years, somewhere around there, that she was deep into the acting. When she gets compulsive on something, I went to so many auditions with her, and I was in charge of getting her, what do you call it, like all of her information's on there, like handed resume, that's an easy word. And it had her picture, and the resume, the whole nine, and I would take her to wherever she needed to go, and she had probably like 30 projects that she did in about a 2-year span. And I made her video slate, and she, how do I say this? She was trying to be kind of scary, okay? But her scary doesn't work as to being scary. I thought it was so adorable and cute. You just have to see this. Sorry, babe. I had to do it. Oh yeah, let's do this. This isn't the scary part. Hold on.
You're gonna kill me and keep me from testifying? Isn't that what you were hired to do? Senator Joseph Levine.
Levine?
Yeah, why?
You're supposed to deliver this card, Levine. Did you say something about testifying?
You really don't know what's going on, do you?
No.
If you tell anyone about this, they'll just send someone else. If you don't help me, I'll be dead.
Alright. You're gonna have to tell me everything.
Just get me out of here and I'll tell you anything you want to know.
It was so windy that day, I gotta tell you. I'm like, here it is.
It's been so long. I thought I was the only one. But you are real. I'm not alone. And you are the only man. You love me, don't you?
Why would I love you?
You reject me then.
I'm rejecting you, but I don't.
Get away from me!
Oh, hello. How do you not laugh at that?
In your current situation, you can no longer afford to keep Morgan on life support.
Sorry, Rachel, I had to do it. Whenever you're in a creation mode, you always think you can get out of yourself, and she was always trying to be better. Sorry. She always wanted to better herself, and she was always her own worst critical enemy. She got me into painting, and during the pandemic, and I loved her honesty. And I'd be done with the project. In my mind, it was done. And when I would show Rachel, she's all, oh, it's beautiful. And then she'd look at me and she'd always go, you're not done yet though, are you? I go, okay. I go, you're not mad, are you? I go, no. Just tell me what you want. Tell me what you see. Just, well, this is all messed up over here, and this needs to be over here. And she said, I go, you slow down. You know, there's like 5 different things you're talking about. I go, I see your angle of it now. And I noticed that when you're painting, you gotta try to leave the room, come back, and you see something you didn't see before. She saw it the whole time. But she was always a supporter with my painting, with my business, with my finance. Holy smokes, I wasn't going to share this. But when we first got together, she goes, oh, by the way, what's your credit score? And I go, I don't know. She says, what do you mean you don't know? I go, I don't want to know. She said, why would you want to know? I go, I don't want to have a bad day. I go, I know it's bad. I don't even know how to even look for my credit score, you know? And she looks at my credit score and she goes, ooh. And I go, I think that's bad. She goes, it's probably worse than you think it is. And noticing her habits, she would get a bill. Did you get the mail today? I would get the mail, give it to her. She goes, give me the mail. When you get the mail, always bring me the mail. Don't put the mail somewhere where I don't know where the mail is and forget to give it to me. So I give her the mail. She'll say, rip that up, rip this one up, not the bills, but things that we don't know. And then she would get, check this out, guys. She would get a bill, she would look at it, and she would pay for it. She would pay when she got it. Me, I got 30 days to pay this guy off, you know what I mean? And I was like, oh, I got 30 more days. So I would set my calendar for like 4 days before it's due, and then I'd do a Hail Mary shot right before it would, you know what I mean? And then she goes, well, why do you have so many insufficient funds? You know how much money you spend each month on just insufficient funds on the credit card or on your checking account? I go, can we tell you what? I'll handle, like, you stay in your lane, I'll stay in my lane. Me to the aim. If you could, because she's a business major, so I mean, you know, so she had to do all the finances, and I would do like all of the manual stuff around the house, errands and all that stuff. So it all worked out to where we kind of like balanced each other out. So I didn't think I would be talking this long, but thank you guys so much. Thank you for allowing me to share some of the better memories. And each and every one of you. And I know if you guys have a chance to spend time with her, she probably allowed you to know more about yourself than you really knew. You know? She'll always be missed. I just did want to say, I thought that RaCHaeL'S mom Sheila was going to be, RaCHaeL'S mom Sheila, was going to be here today. And I was going to show her the reason why I stopped buzzing my hair and was going to grow it out. I said, well, Rachel, until you recovered, I'm not going to cut my hair. And because you're on a mission recovery. And I had some scissors. But you know what? It's not my clever way out of this for admissions narrative. I will do everything I can to carry out her legacy. And I want to announce this. I'm starting a nonprofit under her name, RaCHaeL'S Legacy Foundation. And I'm going to work on getting everything that we didn't have that could have potentially saved her. Hospital couldn't help her because they would discharge her after her vitals were given. Treatment centers, we would say, if you can go ahead and put 20 to 25 pounds on her and bring her back, we'll take the strain room. I said, well, isn't that the hardest part? You know? And so we had home health. We had talked about this before, and she wanted to do the nonprofit when she recovered. And I said, I was on board with it. What the idea is to have a mobile treatment center to come to the patient at their house. When we go to their house, I've had some more to this after obsessing by myself for over the last month. But the nonprofit's going to funnel that, and would be not only helping out the patient at the house, but they're also going to help out whoever's going to be with that patient at the house. Because treatment centers, they take them out, isolate them from their family and friends, get them better, take them back, they get re-triggered, and they go right back to where they started, and 3 months later, they go right back to the treatment center, and they call it psychotherapy. So, the idea is to have a mobile treatment center. We go to their house. Not only we help the patient, but we also help whoever they're going to be affiliated with that's going to be coming in and out of the house. So that's the plan. That's what I carry out to do. And any way that I can help to carry out her legacy and get her name out there to help other people, that's what's going to happen. And that's my destiny to carry it all out. Thank you guys for listening. I have a little bit of a slideshow to finish off.
She walked through storms with fire in her soul, a warrior of love making broken hearts whole. Though illness tried to steal her grace, she met each day with a smiling face. A unicorn spirit, bold and free. She lived with fierce humility. Rainbows follow where she would go, painting skies with a healing glow. She taught us how to face the fight, to turn our pain into someone else's life. Her strength, a guide when days feel too much. Her words a whisper, stay clutched. She lifted others even while in need, planting hope like a wildflower seed. And in her mirror, she'd often say, I love you, flip it and love yourself. Now every rainbow, every sky kissed with you holds a memory pure and true. A reminder that love once given stays, even when she's flown beyond our days. So we carry her legacy in our stride, with unicorn dreams and hearts open wide. RaCHaeL, your courage will never fade. You're the rainbow in the storms we brave. So stay clutch, flip it around and love yourself too. And remember this,
you've got this. Though illness tried to fire her grace, she met each day with a smiling face. A unicorn spirit, bold and free, she lived with fierce humility. Rainbows follow where she would go, painted skies with a healing glow. She taught us how to face the fight, to turn our pain in someone else's life. Her strength, like I don't take too much. Her words are whispers, they clutch. She lifted others even while they need, planting hope like a wildflower seed. And in her mirror, she'd often say, I love you, flip it and love yourself. Now every rainbow, every sky kissed with you holds a memory pure and true. She's a unicorn warrior with a helper's heart, brilliant, empathetic, shining bright. Life will knock you down, but she never gives up the fight. Determined and fierce, she fights with all her might. She loves you, she says flip it around and love yourself too. Staying clutch is sometimes just so hard to do. Fight the odds every moment and never back down. Smile and follow that rainbow all the way to the ground. Tiny but mighty, she tries to gain back her way. She fights for herself and those that she loves, making the best of the cards she's been dealt. She gives her love to you with a rose she smelled. Open up your mind to a tender kindred soul. Welcome to a journey, your support is forever gold. She embraces each moment shining bright. Her smile lights up the room, never quits the fight. Through hell and back, she's pushing on. Tiny but mighty, she's gaining back her weight. Riding her horse nugget, playing games she loves. Her squirrel bond so cute and full of love. Her heart cries for you, but shines when you're okay. She'll fight for a stranger, never count her out. RaCHaeL'S curiosity, thirst for knowledge stout. Loves her dad with rod by her side. Flip it around, love yourself too, she'll be your guide. Unicorn warrior, clutching the fight. The world cries for you, you're shining so bright. Loves her dad with rod by her side. Flip it around, love yourself too, she'll be your guide. Unicorn warrior, clutching the fight. The world cries for you, you're shining so bright. Tiny but mighty, she's gaining back her weight. Riding her horse nugget, playing games she loves. Her squirrel bond so cute and full of love. Her heart cries for you, but shines when you're okay. Tiny but mighty, she's gaining back her weight. Riding her horse nugget, playing games she loves. Her squirrel bond so cute and full of love. Her heart cries for you, but shines when you're okay. She'll fight for a stranger, never count her out. RaCHaeL'S curiosity, thirst for knowledge stout. Loves her dad with rod by her side. Flip it around, love yourself too, she'll be your guide. She'll fight for a stranger, never count her out. RaCHaeL'S curiosity, thirst for knowledge stout. Loves her dad with rod by her side. Flip it around, love yourself too, she'll be your guide. Fight for a stranger, never count her out. RaCHaeL'S curiosity, thirst for knowledge stout. Loves her dad with rod by her side. Flip it around, love yourself too, she'll be your guide. She'll fight for a stranger, never count her out. RaCHaeL'S curiosity, thirst for knowledge stout. Loves her dad with rod by her side. Flip it around, love yourself too, she'll be your guide.
So Rod and I really met when we were about this big. And I'll show you what Rod. Let me see. Ooh.
I finally did it. I had the change. I finally became a unicorn. Okay, you guys gotta sing this with me. Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on, for it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on.
I wanted to thank everybody again for coming. Some of our family came from a really long way. And we just wanted to open it up. If anybody had anything to say, we'll pass the microphone over to you.
Hi, I'm Charlotte. Rachel and Noah's cousin. Tried to get a hold of Rachel, and Junior knows Dad's how I live up on the Central Coast by Pismo Beach. Asked her if I could come and see her, and she said, "Oh man, you're down south, I can't see you." She was like, I have a really bad skin infection going on. I don't want to jeopardize you. Typical Rachel thinking of everybody else's safety. Anyway, I said, I understand what you're going through, and I understand that you don't want to pass something along that might be contagious. I get it. The next time I'm down south, I'll get a hold of you. She said, you better get a hold of me. I said, yes, I will. And then I said, you know what? Keep climbing those mountains like Thomas the Train. And she's like, oh my gosh, I just love that you said that. And then I said, well, that's all you can do is keep on climbing. And she goes, yeah, moving on up like Jefferson's. And I'm like, yeah, we're moving on up. And she's like, yeah, sing the song, pun intended. I'm like, yes. So anyway, just kind of wanted to share that with you. But she did move on up. She moved on up to the Lord Jesus Christ's house. She left this here on earth. But we'll always remember her in our lives on our heart. And I'll forever miss her.
Hey everybody, my name's Carolina. And sorry. And Rachel and I were so close, so close. But I know she's okay now. She's up in heaven. There's no pain up there, no suffering, nothing like that. She's okay. It was amazing that when Rod shared with me that she had a smile on her face when she passed away. And that's so special. And either she went with Jesus, and that's why she has that smile, or she was praying. I don't know, I have a feeling she was praying, and then she took her last breath and met Jesus. And that's for eternity. She's up there for eternity, so she's watching down on all of us. And Rachel had a gift where she would make you feel like you were the only person that existed. When she was with you, her energy was all for you. Her time, her thoughts, her words. She took you for face value. And I hope, and I'm so grateful that we all did that for her, which is so, I'm just so grateful that we all have got to meet her, we all know her, and I live in the same neighborhood as Rob and Rachel, and when COVID happened, Rachel brought a lot of neighbors together in my community, and we would go to the pool and the jacuzzi and forget COVID, like we were just for whatever COVID. And because of Rod and Rachel, we had Thanksgiving party all together outside of their house. We had birthday party there, I think 4th of July party we had. And it was just so amazing the impact that 1-2 people can have on a neighborhood, and just get everyone together and just feel the love and just live life and enjoy life together. And about the butterflies, I was sharing with Ron that Rachel has been, I know for a fact, she's been sending butterflies to be with us as she's up in heaven. The quick story of the day she passed away, or the next day, I was leaving work and a monarch butterfly was flying towards me, and it brushed the top of my head, and then it stayed right here and fluttered, like it was like looking at me or something, and then it slowly flew away. And I thought, wow, that was different. That was, you know, it kind of stopped me for a moment. And then my mom was on the balcony and I was on the patio, and I was telling my mom that story. And as I was telling my mom that story, a butterfly flies up and is right in front of my mom, a monarch butterfly. And it's just sitting right there in front of my mom. And then today, when I was leaving to come here, I got in my car, and I wasn't looking in front of me because I was doing something in my purse, and then I look up, and there was the biggest monarch butterfly that I've seen all season, and it flew up and then went over the fence of the house that was in front of me. So I know that Rachel's up in heaven. I honestly pray for those of you that don't believe in God. He is real. Jesus is real 100%. I used to touching back on what Rod had said about Rachel's father, I used to say to Rachel, I don't understand how your dad cannot believe in Jesus. You are literally a walking miracle every single day in front of his eyes. And the fact that Rachel had the mind strength and the intelligence to keep going forward and to go to college and to succeed and to take tests and all of that, it amazed me all the time, because I mean, you know, when you don't eat for a certain amount of time, you don't feel good. And Rachel was she's just a lion. She's just a warrior, true warrior. She's my Rainbow Ray, Skittles, Gem Shira is what I would call her. And I will just always miss her, and I think about her often. And I love you, Rainbow Ray, for eternity. I'll see you up there. Thank you.
This is the last thing I'm going to say, then we are going to play the song. Since I didn't stop looking at my notes and was just talking, and Caroline had just mentioned, Rachel several times almost passed away over the past few years. And we gathered people around, and people prayed in the lobby, just, you know, came to be with the family and stuff. And they had told us to say our goodbyes, and then they told us she was so bad that we couldn't even come back in to see her. And the next day, Rachel was okay, and she was able to leave the hospital a couple days later. And while she never got fully better, she had so many setbacks that really were miracles. She had a big bezoar in her stomach, and they were really worried that operating was the only thing that they could do for it. And at her weight, they didn't want to put her under anesthesia. And it finally got so bad that they said they had to do it. And she went in to go get that taken out, and they did, I don't remember if it was an x-ray or a scan right before they were going to put her under to know exactly where they were going. And this giant bezoar was completely gone, and they didn't have to do it. And we had so many things like that happen in her life that her journey wasn't done. She still had things to do. And eventually, it was time, and her little body was tired, and it was time to go. But I just saw so many times that God showed up and gave her other chances to reach people and talk to people and be there for people. So I just wanted to share that, and then we're going to do this one last just little song that we can all sing together, because it was one of Rachel's favorites. And thank you guys all for coming.
Thank you for being a friend. Travel down the road and back again. Your heart is true, you're a pal and a confidant. And if you threw a party, you invited everyone you knew, you would see the big